What's up, everybody? This is Tessa Allen, host of Spotlight Radio Show on Global Radio Station Street 93.3. Welcome. Tonight is going to be an amazing night. I can't even describe and explain how powerful this duo is, mother and daughter. We have Rachel, Leon, and Alexis Danielle that will be joining in shortly. Mother and daughter. I want to shout out to everybody. Please share the video. Share it. DM it. They're going to be on shortly. I can't wait. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. Spotlight Radio Show just turned 8 years old on Monday. So I'm still celebrating. I'm still excited about that. Hello, Nicole. Hi. I'm super duper excited. If you haven't joined my kind of Beautiful group that is ran by Rachel and some others, please join that group. My kind of Beautiful. So I just joined it. Shout out to all the ladies that are a part of that group and sharing their stories. It has been so empowering to me. I'm one to always think everything is fine and everything is okay. But reading those stories, I'm like, that sounds a lot like me. And I just haven't voiced, what's going on with me. I am broadcasting live from home. So you might hear my nephew in the background crying because he wants to get in. But I'm going to check and see if Rachel is here so I can add her on. See, she hasn't made it yet. So shout out to Nicole, Surigo, Kim, Anna, Tammy, Amy. That's all in the live right now. I appreciate you guys. This show is sponsored by Indigo Beauty. It's all vegan. Hi friend. It's sponsored by Indigo Beauty. You can use the promo code Tessa. You can get 50% off all the products. It's all vegan. Some amazing stuff. So go check that out. Just click the website and be sure to check that out. Let's see here. We're just waiting for Rachel to jump on. Let's see. All right, Rachel, if you're there. Bessie, I'm here. Alexi, I love you guys. All right. Okay, Rachel, if you're here, send a request to jump into the live. Let's see. All right, we're just waiting on Rachel to get in. If you know Rachel and Alexis, comment how long have you known them? And where did you meet for the first time? I would like to know that. All right, here's Rachel. Let's add her on. Here she comes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on.
It's adding.
Connecting.
Hey!
Hi!
Hi.
We were trying to figure out how to get on.
You're there. How are you guys doing?
We're doing good. How are you?
Hi, Alexis.
Hi. How are you?
Doing good. Can y'all see? Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah.
Our volume's all the way up here, but it's not. I can barely hear you.
Okay. Wait. Say that again.
The volume on our phone is all the way up, but I can barely hear you.
Barely? Okay, hold on. Just
Let me slide my phone over. How about there? Can you
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Oh my goodness, you're a big girl. I just do want to start off saying welcome to Spotlight Radio Show. Thank you, ladies, so much for coming. It is an honor for me. Absolutely. First and foremost, I must say, Alexis, looking at your pictures and hearing your voice, you're a big girl.
I am.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So where do you want to start? I definitely want to start off with this. Her name is Ingrid Karsniger. She was on Spotlight Radio Show a couple of years ago. She goes by Psychic Ingrid on all all social media. And she said, as soon as I posted the flyer about you ladies coming on to the show tonight, she wrote, her words are, quote, "Me too is so important. So many of us stay quiet and naive. Um, okay, the more we see in others, the more of us will stand up. So the more strength that we see in others, the more we'll stand up. So I know just by you guys telling your story is going to empower so many people, especially me from just joining your group, Rachel. Mind you, beautiful. Like I'm always, it's like everything is always so perfect. I feel like everything is pretty good. But reading those stories, I'm like, okay, the wrong name is on there. It should be signed Tessa Allen. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm glad you like the group, Tessa. I really am. I really love that. I love that
Absolutely.
you came in. You came and just kind of sneak around to see what was going on in there, and you stayed.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Creep in.
Absolutely.
Well, I think
So let's.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
It's awesome that she wrote that because it's true. I think
Yeah.
that's why we wanted to talk about this because so many people keep this quiet, and I was one that kept it quiet until I was like 6 months pregnant. I was afraid to tell anybody. I was afraid that they were going to say, "What were you doing in his apartment? Why did you go up there?"
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like, it's kind of like you wore a short skirt, so you shouldn't have worn that short skirt. No matter what you do or where you are, or where you go, what you're wearing, nobody ever has a right to put their hands on you.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's no excuse. No matter what you look like or where you're at. And
Absolutely.
a lot of the reasons why women keep it quiet because they were in a bad place and they shouldn't have been there.
Right.
Or they snuck out of their house. A child snuck out of their house and went somewhere and they shouldn't have been there, so they might have deserved it. Things like
Right.
that. We wanted to both bring awareness to it because I think it's something that parents need to talk about with their children even before it happens. I mean, just make that a thing that if anything ever happened like this, I don't care where you are, what you were wearing, what you look like, how much lipstick you had on,
Right.
you can always talk to me about this,
Absolutely. So when was it that you told your daughter about what happened?
Well, I got a call from the producers of the Montel Williams show, and they heard my story, and they wanted to bring me on the show. Well, she was 9.
I was 9.
She was 9 years old, and of course I was interested because this would be an opportunity for us to find the father, to find family, just in case anything were to ever happen to her, a blood donor or a match of some sort. So I told them that my daughter didn't even know yet, and that I would have to. I knew at this point this was the time I'm going to have to tell my daughter because I didn't feel like I would ever have the money to invest in a single parent, to investigate, find the guy, and all that stuff. So this was an opportunity. They were going to pay for everything. So I went to my daughter and I told her the story, and she grabbed my hand and cried for me. She was like, "Mama, I'm so sorry that happened to you." I went into kind of telling her what the opportunity was that was presented to us, and he was not ready to go public with that. So I just called the show back and told him we really appreciated it, and that this wasn't a good time right now, and that they invited me back anytime I wanted to come back and get that going. But she's just getting to the point to where she's even able to really talk about it, I guess.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So she was not 21 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you were 17 years old.
Yes, ma'am.
So how long did it take for everybody that's tuned in? Because we know the story, but just tell everybody that just brief description of what went on that doesn't know.
Well, it was a silly thing. I had 3 other children besides her, and the father of my kids and I were living together. I had moved in with him when I was about 15. So we were together. His birthday was coming. I had a friend that was living with us, which was an actual ex-girlfriend of his. So I was very naive, thinking that she's just friends. We're just all friends now. And there was this guy I would always see around the apartments, and he would wear this big boa constrictor around his neck, like a huge. And I knew who he was, but I never had met him before. So he had told me, well, if you want to make some money, there's a guy that's a photographer in the apartments, and he'll take pictures of you in your bathing suit. He's seen you out in the pool, and he thinks you would be great for his magazine. So okay, well, I can make some money and buy my boyfriend a birthday gift, And
Uh-oh. Wait. They went off. They'll be right back. That was a little accident, probably. All of that thought. All that thought. Where did she go? Like on Titanic. Jack, come back. Come back. It's my favorite part. Come back. When on Titanic, when she's holding Jack's hand. Come back. Come back. Okay, here they are. Okay, let's add them. Shout out to everybody that's tuned in, watching. I appreciate the share the video.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
But I just kept exiting. I tried to exit out of it and it took us off. Okay, we're back.
It's all right.
I went to his apartment. She introduced me to him, and he showed me a portfolio of all his pictures he had taken. He had a 2-bedroom, and one of the rooms had like a background. He was a legit photographer.
Yeah.
And so she left, and I took off my clothes and had my bathing suit on, and he started taking pictures, and then demanded that I lay on this couch that he had and take pictures, and then he basically said for me to take my clothes off, and I wouldn't. And he pulled out this big boa constrictor, and he held it in a way that was like, take your clothes off. You know what I mean? So I did, and then he laid this snake on my body. I mean, it was huge. It was almost as heavier than I was. It felt like, because it felt like I couldn't breathe. And he just took pictures of me scared, like frightened pictures, and that lasted for way too long. And then then he assaulted me. He basically gave me an option that he would either use the snake or himself. And then I chose him. I mean, I was scared to death the whole entire time. I had the snake on me. I thought, if all I ever knew of snakes was to kill you. So like in that moment, I was literally gonna die.
Absolutely.
So I chose to just
with
my choice, I guess. But
absolutely. So, well, I am so glad that you're here. You survived that. You said survive. Use your survivor mess to bless.
That's right. Right.
And believe me, you're doing that. Like, you have made. You know how people say, the Lord never puts no more on you than you can bear.
Right.
Honey, you have made that a true statement.
Amen. Thank you so much.
First, when you started messaging me and we were talking, and shout out to your son. That's how we initially met, because he does music, awesome music. And then, mind you, beautiful. I mean, just came through and took over, and I wanted to get your story out, but OMG, you are a true blessing.
Oh, thank you so much.
How you uplift people. Like, it's therapy for me.
That's awesome. I love to hear that. So much, because I'm just a stay-at-home mom, and I wasn't planning on opening a group. I mean, I had pages, but a group was something that I just wasn't really thinking of. And I was actually in a really dark time in my life when I opened up My Kind of Beautiful. Literally depressed. I was a mess. And I just got this voice, the Lord speaking to me saying, open up this group. And I was like, why me? Like, why am I going to open up a group? Like, what for? And so I did. The very next day I opened it up. I was like, okay, I'm going to do what you said. And I did it, and it has turned into this amazing. In the first 3 days, I had 700 women in that group. It's like
wow.
It was insane.
And it has been growing and growing, and the women in there are absolutely amazing. Like, I'm not going to say we've never had any trauma. There's been a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nothing like it should be with that many women in a group.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's a huge blessing for me, and I forget I'm the admin. I'm like, I think I'm part of the group. I need to ask.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. So what age were you, after you had Alexis, what age was it when you started to kind of heal a little more?
It was probably when I had her. When I had her, the day that I had her, I was so nervous going into labor, because, the unexpected, And so when she came out, she was very dark. We obviously knew it wasn't, the dad. But my kid's dad at that time said, I don't care. We're going to take her. We're going to love her. We're we're going to have this baby. A lot of people were telling me to have an abortion or to have, give her up for adoption. That there's no way I could have this child and love it because of where it came from. And I was like, no, I don't. I have a feeling I can. I have a feeling, So
Thank God.
when I held this girl in my arms, I literally just looked at her and I saw nothing but just love. Like, that's my baby,
Absolutely. And I see where you read your dad was a big part of your healing, of your decision making. I know he's gone, and I wish he was here to see you right now.
I was thinking
I would probably be doing an interview with him.
Oh yeah. You would have loved my dad.
He's a character.
You would have loved my dad. My dad was an amazing man. He was my heart doctor, literally. Like, he is somebody that he would always ask us, how's your heart doing? How's everything going on in there? And do heart checks, And aren't good, he could tell, and we would have to have a long 4 or 5 hour speech to get my heart right.
Yeah.
What is your dad's legacy? What is the one thing you want to do to keep him alive?
Is that my dad was a very loving person, and he loved everyone. Like, my dad was a very well-off man. Financially, he was great. Him and my mom have always done very well. And he was somebody that would sit under a bridge with a homeless person and eat lunch with them. Like, he was just a very loving man, and there was absolutely no judgment on anyone. It doesn't matter. You came with a story of drugs. You came with a story of you're an alcoholic or whatever it is. We love you. We don't judge you. We all come from, places that kind of develop us into who we are at that point.
Yeah.
And you just can't judge somebody because we all have our skeletons or we all have our issues, And that's how my dad kind of saw things. Like, everybody has problems. Like, you can't sit and judge somebody because they're this and you're not, or you're that and they're not, We're all equal, really, just different problems, But a legacy of love. And that's what this group is about. And if my dad were here, he would be so, so proud of me because I finally arrived. I arrived on Me Too, and I'm taking on this big group of ladies, and I hope that it gets huger and bigger and bigger and bigger because this is for him too, He would be in the group, even try to be in the group. He ain't even
Yes, great. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad you guys are here. Alexis.
Yes. Hi.
Okay. Hi, Alexis. Oh my goodness. So, okay, your mom. Okay, I seen in the my kind of beautiful group where she was trying to call you, but called your old number.
Oh my God.
Hold on. This is like.
That day, I'm like, Mom, I texted you, but she didn't see it. So I didn't know who it was. I'm like, Mom, it was me.
Yes. So I don't know the lady's name. What's her name?
Gosh, I can't remember her. I can't remember right now. I don't know. I don't know. I can't remember.
I can't remember her name.
Too. That's so terrible. I'm so sorry, but
that's okay. We're gonna call her. We're gonna call her the Big Alexis lookalike.
Oh yeah.
I was looking like, oh my goodness, like maybe they could be kin. Like, where is she from? Like, that was meant to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was insane.
Yes.
The resemblance was whoa.
And she has self-love. She has a self-love blog on Facebook too.
Yes.
Talking to her, I was like, well, while we're on the phone, and I sent I had sent a meme that was very private. It was like kind of dirty but funny to my girls, to them, my daughters, and the girl goes, it's a funny meme, but she had the wrong number. And I was so embarrassed because I'm like, oh my gosh, not everyone's gonna appreciate this, And my other daughter that's in the message says, okay, this is awkward.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
But it was
that's wow.
And while I had her there, I was like, well, since you're here, let me bring you into my group. Let me invite you.
And she
Okay. Absolutely. I love how you make those connections, and I even see where you're like, hey, I'm going to Walmart. Is there anyone you want me to stop and ask?
Yeah.
Like, that is kind of, I was like, you know what? That's kind of me.
Yeah.
Like, a little bit of you is me on the inside. A little bit of somebody in this group is like really me. It's crazy. Yes. Okay. So Alexis,
Yeah.
your mom sent me 2 photos.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me a lot of photos of you, but she sent me 2 photos. One was just Brittany, which is one of my favorites,
Which,
and Kurt Cobain.
oh yes, I did a music video with Kurt Cobain when I was 18. My sister did the one. Yeah.
Please tell me, how did it start? How did you get into it? How did
My sister, from what I remember, she was one of her friends was a makeup artist, and she had invited her and said, "Hey, I'm doing this makeup for Just Brittany music video. Like, would you want to do it?" So she was like, "Yeah." So she goes and does it. They called her back to do this music video with Kurt Cobain's. Well, she wasn't old enough. She's like, "But I have my sister." And so I had to go audition, which really was just like they take a few pictures of you and then wait for a phone call. So I got the call. It was like, "Hi, this is Warner Brothers Entertainment." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Yes.
So yeah, that's how I got into it. That was awesome. That was a really fun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Absolutely. So do you still look for gigs like that, or what are you doing now?
My first and last time doing it. After kind of partied for a little bit, and then shortly after I got pregnant with my son. So yeah, all of that kind of died down for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You got like one of the main roles in that.
I did.
And I got to be there too and meet Bun B and what's his name?
Slim Thug.
Awesome.
It was
So awesome. Yes, I bet it was. So, I mean, can you sing, Alexis? Do you sing? Your brother is.
No, I mean, I feel like I don't think I'm a terrible singer, but I wouldn't say like, yeah, I'm a singer. Like I think I've got a good voice, but I don't think that. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, so if you were, okay, so if we were at karaoke night, what song, what artist would you use for a song on karaoke night?
Usually my go-to always, because I grew up doing it with my mom, we would always Strawberry Wine. Who's that by?
Adina Carter.
Adina Carter. It's a older song, but that was always my go-to, that one. And then it was a Christina Aguilera one, Come On Over. That was
okay.
Song to sing.
Come on over, baby.
Yeah. So that is, but I don't really do it too often.
Okay.
I'm the singer.
Yeah, mom's the singer.
Mom's the singer. Okay. I do want to ask you, Alexis, do you have any moments, like where you might say, man, I hate my mom had to go through this. Do you have any of those moments that touch your heart?
I definitely
for your mom.
Growing, my teenage years, I would say, were the toughest for me. You're already in the middle of trying to figure out who you are, and me knowing my past or not my past, but what had happened to my mom, that was hard. That was definitely a bit of a struggle for me. I did play the victim role a lot, just to get some sort of, with like friends and stuff. Like I did play the victim role. But I'm so far out of that now. But I definitely had a lot of those moments where I would just like stare at myself in the mirror, like, who are you? Like, then I would have my vision or my thought of what had happened to my mom. And it messed me up for a little while.
But I got you. I understand.
Got more details, and that was rough.
That just gave little pieces at a time.
Yeah.
I just go straight out and say, I have on my body.
Yeah, it was.
All of that.
But my teenage years were the roughest, and that's when I thought about it the most. But the older I've gotten, and now that I have my son, I'm just like, I know how much my mom loves me. Regardless, I was never treated differently. I would never felt, out of place or anything like that. I've never been. It's all the love's all been the same for all four of us.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
That's when I was talking to my uncle, and I was saying, hey, I'm doing this show, and we were talking about you guys, and he was like, and I was like, I don't know what to say to Alexis, right?
Yeah.
Or what questions should I ask? And he was like, she didn't say, hey, I want to be in this situation. She had no choice.
Right.
It was like, she is nothing but love.
Yeah, very much so.
And when he told me that, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's all I felt was just pure love. I mean,
yes.
Like I said, never was treated differently.
If you ask all my kids, they'll say she's my favorite.
Yeah.
She's not.
She's got different bonds with all of us. I mean, it's with all of us.
Yeah.
We have a very special we have a special connection for sure. So.
Absolutely, absolutely.
I love you, baby.
I do want to know, was she very protective of you when you were younger,
Yes.
and or until now?
Yes. Not so much now. She's kind of like, okay, you're growing, go do your thing, you know. But
Not
when
exactly.
when we were younger, yes, me and my sister pretty much got it. We were pretty disciplined.
Okay.
My brothers got away with a lot,
They
but
didn't do anything.
yeah, right. My
They were
sister,
sneaky. Gee.
she definitely kept her eye on us. I mean, it was
Okay.
she did.
Absolutely. OMG. So I do want to know, Rachel, I don't even know how to say it. Have you contacted him since this happened?
No. So my brother, we kind of just let it go. Well, when after my boyfriend at the time found out, we went to the guy's apartment. Well, he wasn't there anymore. They said he had moved to California to pursue a career in photography, and we were not. They couldn't give us any more information. It's illegal. So years have been passing by, but my brother Eric, he is in genealogy. He's all into this. What is it called? Ancestry and all that. Well, so he found things of hers on her side, and so he called me and he said, I was at work when he called me, and he's like, hey, I just want to let you know that I have found family of Lexi's on her father, her father's side. And I literally, my heart just jumped out of my chest. Like, I was so scared and I was so nervous because I had really put that aside for so long, and to have that in my ear was like, oh my gosh, it's like all those feelings of like scared and okay,
all that
for my daughter, all that. But at the same time, it's like I was happy too, because I've always raised her to believe that, this man did a bad thing, but it doesn't mean he's a bad person forever. He could have changed. His heart could have changed to a good person now. I didn't want her to feel like she just had this, even though it's a terrible thing he did, I didn't want her to just have that in her mind that that's all he could be now.
Right. Absolutely.
He asked me one time, does that mean since he was a bad person that she was a bad person?
Wow.
And, okay, hold on a second. Mom has done bad things too. I did a lot of bad things. I have hurt people and everything else, but I'm not that person now.
Absolutely.
So maybe he's not that person anymore. He could be a Christian. He could be a good man. I mean, he could have just done something really bad and changed his life over. So I always keep that in her mind that maybe he's changeable. So she did find some family. She has been able to talk to someone and ask a few questions, and they wouldn't really give her a bunch of information. So she has it there for her when she's ready to, if she wants to explore that opportunity. And all the people in that family are like lawyers and doctors and nurses and attorneys. And one of them is here in Houston, and we went through somebody's pictures. I don't remember who it was, and there was a guy in there that looked exactly like her. I mean, they were
crazy.
twins.
Yeah, I was like, that was
Very weird.
That hit hard.
Yeah.
So, if she's ever ready to explore that, she can if she wants to,
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, you ladies, every comment that I'm seeing, usually I don't read the comments because I'm like right there, but like everybody is so proud and so just like me and amazed how strong you are.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I am so excited. This is like, I do want to read this from Psychic Ingrid. She has a book. And like I was gonna message you, Rachel, about it because when I went to my kind of beautiful group,
yes,
and I was reading like some of, I think you have some other administrators in there, right?
I did, yes. I'm by myself at this point.
Okay. Well, as I was reading them and reading your story, you said you were an empath,
right?
And so as Ingrid came onto my show, she has a book. People can go to spotlightradioshow.com and click on Psychic Ingrid and get her book. So I've been had this book for like 3 years, and I'm reading it, and it's talking about empath, and then I'm like realizing how when you go into Walmart, you're talking to people, you're engaging with people. But I do want to read this from her.
Yes.
It says you can choose how you see this world. Make conscious decisions each day to bring light to others and to be joyful no matter what goes on around you. Instead of reacting to life, be proactive and do something beautiful.
Right.
And that's exactly what you girls are doing.
Oh, that's
Thank
awesome.
you
I
so
love that. I
much.
love that passage.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I do want to let everybody know you are a relative to Patrick Swayze.
Yes, I am.
Like what?
Cousin, yes.
Your cousin.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. So have you ever wanted to act, Rachel? Or like
when I was in school, I was pretty much the lead in all my school plays. I loved acting, and I still do love acting. You see me, I'm making videos all the time on Facebook.
Yes.
That's a big thing in our family. We're very there's a lot of talent there. I have my son that sings. He's an actor. He can do anything. He's like a triple threat. Each one of my kids I have another son that sings, and he's an amazing singer too. So it's definitely a family thing.
Absolutely.
I saw him was when I was 12, and I got to be on the set of Roadhouse and watch his movie. That was a pretty cool experience.
Okay. Favorite movie? What is your favorite movie of his?
Cool.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Okay. I am a ghost. Like you put on Ghost, or Ghost is on. I'm talking about everybody has to be quiet. Ghost is my thing.
Ghost is a good one. I love Ghost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that is.
Yes, I love those. Yes. R.I.P. Patrick
His
Swayze.
sister-in-law, Charlene, is actually in our group as well.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's cool,
Yes,
But
yes.
it's a blessing and a curse to be his cousin because when I was a kid, I used to show it off. I tried him when I was in California, and I sold them for $5 a picture.
Wow.
I did $5 a picture to my mom. Sorry,
Wow.
sorry, Don. I sold it for $5. I was trying to make some money, girl. Please.
Oh my goodness.
But it's been a blessing and a curse because nobody would ever believe me. Really, they're like, "You're not related to Patrick Swayze. You're not rich. You don't have to be rich to be related to a movie star."
Yes.
The whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know that feeling. I'll be like, I have a brother that's pretty famous, so I try to keep it. Like if you know me, you know. If you don't, I just keep it.
Yeah.
Chill. Sometimes let's just keep it chill. All right. So how has it been since the pandemic hit? Have y'all taken y'all vaccine shots? Will y'all take them?
No, I haven't. You can go ahead, Kitty.
I mean, I had COVID. Me, my boyfriend, and we all three had it. So that part sucks. I mean, we really just lost our our sense of smell and taste. We lost both of those completely, and I mean like 100% for like 2.5 weeks. That was horrible. I mean, I'm cooking dinner every night. I'm like, God, I bet this tastes so good. I bet it smells so good. But that was basically the only symptoms we had. But other than that, we're COVID free now. That was back in November, so we're good. Yeah.
All of my kids have had COVID, and I'm surprised to have 7 of them. Well, except for one. No, 2 of them have it, so 5 of them have. But we have not gotten it at all. And I have lupus. I have an autoimmune disease. So you would think that I would be more susceptible. But none of the kids, when they get it, they have to stay away. And I don't really go out as much as I used to just because of COVID. Because I'm kind of having some symptoms now, like swelling and just a bunch of different little things that are going on. So I see the doctor on Monday. But surprisingly enough, my husband's a postman. He works for the post office. He hasn't gotten it. But I'm just all the kids that have had it that we haven't gotten it, But it has changed a lot about a lot of people. I mean, even for me, I used to be very social, go out, hang out all the time, and now I'm just kind of like, I don't want to get sick, and I don't want to. Right now, I'm normally a caregiver, so I care for the elderly, elderly people. I'm a private caregiver, so I work for myself, but I won't work right now because I don't want to get someone sick,
Right.
So
Absolutely.
I'm a lot. That's why I'm on my group all day.
Okay. Yeah. That's like me. Like I was afraid. I was afraid my mom had it real bad in the hospital. So in my hometown, I was like, I think I'm going to take the shot. And so I took the vaccine shot. Made me real sick the first one. The second one, I was sore. I couldn't even walk up the steps to get in the house.
Oh, really?
It was crazy. Like I was thinking, like maybe I slept wrong. Like once it starts getting cold, your legs kind of, your knees get a little hurting. I thought that was it. But it was from the shot.
Happens.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I always know when the weather's gonna come. Like if it's gonna be cold, my bones
Yes.
are aching. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's what I kept telling myself. I was like, it's gonna get cold, but I was like, I can't get up the steps.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
crazy.
Have that you said you had the first vaccine?
Yes, I had the first one and the second one.
Oh.
The first one I was real. The first one I was like, after 6 hours after taking it, I was real nauseous for like 2 to 3 days. The only thing helped was some ginger ale that I don't like, but it helped. And then the second one, I took about 2 weeks ago and had my body real stiff. Like I couldn't move my legs. If I was to sit down in the car to get out, it'd take me all day to get out the car.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Golly. Darn.
But I got through it.
Well, you're good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. So now my worry is like, how long will this vaccine stay in my system? Like, can it last all year?
Right.
You know,
Yeah, right.
I don't want them to say, well, in 90 days it's gonna be up. You know.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So I want to know, Rachel, when you sent me videos of your grandson, was that Alexis' son?
That's my
Yeah.
son. That's my family.
Okay. I love him. He's so cute.
You see all the blessings I got? Like, how can I be mad? You know?
Yes. Yes. Oh, I wish I was there. To give him a hug. Yes, yes. Squeeze me. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what's in the future? Like, what do you have? Your girls have planned for 2021? Anything?
Well, I have, okay, so for a long, long time, I've been telling my daughter, I'm like, someday we need to go on the road with this. We need to go talk to women
Yeah.
that are either, that have been assaulted. Because what I need women to know is that I don't take away from anybody's pain about their assault. Everyone feels it differently, and everybody feels things. You know, I know the pain of it, but it's my pain. You know, it could be somebody else's, could be way different than mine. You know, some people get over it faster, and some people don't. But I just want women to know that you can heal from this. It's not that defines you forever,
Right.
unless you want it to. If you want to make peace with this, my peace was forgiveness. My piece was forgiving myself, because I blamed myself a long time for going up to that apartment. And if I wouldn't have gone up there, this wouldn't have never happened to me, you know, because even though I had a child, the details of what happened were so painful and so scary. Until I forgave myself, I couldn't let it go. I couldn't stop thinking about it.
Yeah.
You know, the snake's tongue was like in my ear, it's flipping around all over my body. I mean, it was just very scary that every time I closed my eyes, I would just think about that moment and how I remember in that moment, I went to some other place even. Like, I went to a you go to a faraway place trying to block out what's happening so you can deal with it, you know. So I just feel like there are so many women that are even at my age and have had this happen 20-something years ago are still holding on to this.
Yeah.
And they're not realizing that you're holding on to it, but you're still giving that person power.
Hello.
You know, you're still giving him power. You're still saying you own me, and you don't.
Yeah.
And that made me mad. I forgave myself, and then I said, you know what? I said it in a mad way. I'm like, I forgive you too. I forgive you too. All mad with attitude, because I had to forgive him because he could not own me anymore. Like it just felt like he was still on my body. You know, I was carrying that, and I was like, get off of me. And the only way I'm going to do that is by saying I forgive you, because you're going to get way more from this world than my not forgiveness will ever get to you.
Yeah.
Because he'll get paid back. He'll get pissed somewhere down the line.
God will
doing
deal
that
with
to
him.
somewhere.
Yeah.
And I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe that you do not bear fruit and live a fruitful life when you're running around hurting people and doing things to people. He is going to get his, and I'm going to get mine by moving on with my life. So, and give him any more of my time. You know, he doesn't know I'm giving him my time, but I did. And I was like, you ain't getting no more of my time. I'm out of here. Bye, please. You know? And it felt good to release that. It felt good to say it. I forgive you, and I'm forgiving you, not even for you, but for me, because you don't deserve this. You don't deserve my time. You don't deserve my thoughts. You don't deserve any of this. What happened, happened. It gets to where if something's already happened to you, are you going to live with that for the rest of your life? Or are you going to say, you know what, I could actually use this as a tool to be helpful to someone else that's going through this, you know? Or do you for the rest of your life hanging on to it and blame everything that you do on that situation? At some point it gets old.
Or even looking at and looking at the bright side too, like it was a blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
You
and
know,
even
like,
and even if I wouldn't have gotten pregnant, I feel like I still would have thought, I don't want to sit around here and think about this forever. I don't want to feel this way forever. So So I'm gonna have to move forward and get doing something else and use that mess, use that whole thing. I always believe that there's hidden blessings in everything that goes on in our lives. You know, the worst thing can happen, but there's a blessing in there somewhere. You just don't see it, but it's there.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're looking for it, if you look for it, you'll find it. And
Absolutely.
I always have. I can go through some terrible things, and I've been going through some things lately, but I always know that there's something good that's going to come from this. I never doubt that, even though I feel sad and I feel hurt and all that. I know that the good is
Something's coming out of it. Oh yeah.
hey Lord,
Yeah.
what am I going to get for this one? You know?
Yes. Well, believe me, like you said, don't let. Okay, wait. I seen you. You said it somewhere. Don't let your past take a hold to your future.
Yeah.
But and you said something about still being able to love and value yourself. I
Yes.
see you right. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before yesterday or even today, but like that popped into my head, and I was like, that is for me.
Yeah.
You know, when things happen, but especially with you, like it was Alexis, the blessing,
Yes.
and being able to show the world. Even when maybe not last year. I think it was like year before last in 2019. When there was a talk, maybe 2018. I can't remember, but they was talking about abortion.
Yeah.
And when it was a big thing. So, and I was like, I am against abortion. Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
my younger sister had an abortion, and we talk about it all the time. She might be mad because I'm finna bring it up now, but she lied to me. She was just like, "Hey, I'm fixing to go get the money from the baby daddy. I'm gonna come back. What size shoe you wear? I'm gonna buy you some shoes." And I was like, "Oh, such and such, such and such." And then my niece was like 11 months. My oldest niece, her oldest child. I'm my oldest niece. So she went out, had the abortion, came back. She's crying. But before that happened, she was like, "Show me in the Bible where it says do not have an abortion." So I'm just like looking through just anywhere trying to show, and I was just like, God loves life. He brings life.
Yeah.
So, and even when I was thinking about this situation, and I was like, when people pass away, we don't know how. It could be a car wreck. It could be this or that. So we don't know how lives will be born.
Right.
So
yeah, I mean, it's
this
just
is awesome.
it's definitely meant to be. I mean, they're all meant to be born, but you know unless you have it. I'm not. I don't. I'm definitely not for abortion. I don't judge anyone that has one. I just because that's not for me to do. But I think for those that are having one because they've been raped, I get it. I get if somebody's been raped, why they would think that would be the first thing to do.
Yeah.
But and that's another idea I want to put in a victim's head is that it doesn't have to be the first thing that you do, and you really can love that child. You can. I mean, I'm proof right now that it is possible to still love and fall in love.
Yeah.
It's a choice that you have to make in your mind. Everything we do is a choice, and some people don't want to believe that, but it is.
Yeah.
I know that some people have mental what do you call it? I don't know.
Not anguish.
No. Mental disabilities
Yeah.
and things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
On medication and things like that. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that, but I mean, we still have most of our choices are ours. I can't choose if I have lupus or not. Basically, is what I'm saying. You have all kinds of mental illnesses and stuff. You can't choose those, but you can still make choices like that, aborting a child or even giving up for adoption. It's a great thing to give up for adoption. It's a great resource to have.
Yeah.
But to give it up just because you think you can't love it or whatever, I mean, you can. If you're a loving person, now not everybody's meant to be a mom or a dad. I'm telling you that right now.
Yeah.
But
Okay, that's true.
hard. Then if you are capable of anything,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Even when I see you next to Alexis, like whatever happened in the past, like I'm like, I don't even think that really happened.
Yeah.
And like it fades away. It fades away because she's beautiful. Y'all show true love.
Yes. Thank you.
And that is the ruler of all things.
Amen.
Yes.
Thank you. And
Yes.
that's for sure. She's my favorite, guys.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely.
Ariana.
So yes. So I don't want to leave you guys just like burn off and take off running, but I do want you both to give final thoughts for our viewers, for people that'll come back and listen to
Okay.
this show?
My final thought is this: is that your past does not define you. No matter what you've done, or no matter where you've been, or I don't care. I don't care the darkest thing you've done at all. It is, you can still move past it. You can still be forgiven for it. You can still love yourself past that. There's never a point to where you've done something to where that's just you forever now. If you're always changeable, you're always lovable, you're always worth something,
Growing.
you're always valuable, and just be a grower. You know, how far can you say? How far can you go? How far can you grow?
Yeah.
You know,
Hey,
just be somebody that just is no matter how much you fall, you just get right back up and just move, just keep going, fall again, and fall a million times if you want to, but just keep going, just get back up and just keep going, because that's what defines you, is your permanent decision about yourself. Permanent, you know, is what defines you. You have rape, you go through a rape or an assault of some sort, and you just stick with that forever, then that's your permanent identity.
Yeah.
You know, but you can stop thinking that way and go on to a more positive thought, and then that's now your identity. You're defined by yourself. You decide who you're going to be, not me. I can tell you you're beautiful, and another person can tell you you ain't beautiful. Well, which one of us do you believe in? Too many opinions in the world to decide your fate or your thoughts about yourself based on what other people think. So you have your thinking for yourself, because you got a room full of people. You ask all those people one question about you, and they're going to all have something different to say.
Yeah.
And then you got to choose which one is you.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
So you define yourself.
Thank you.
Took everything out of my mouth, literally, all the words.
Yes.
I really appreciate you having us on here, though. Also, it was really nice meeting you.
Yes, it was.
You too, Alexis.
That we got to get our story out publicly. That's our first time going like this, so I think that's like hope that we can change, you know, some minds and hearts out there. And thanks to you, of course, for.
Thank you.
Yes, I appreciate that.
Thank you, girls. Thank you so much.
You got this. You do got this. Relax and enjoy your life. You have one life to live. Enjoy it. We're not sitting here. We're not born here to sit here and be miserable for the rest of our life.
Yeah.
Things are going to happen to us, but that doesn't mean that we just stay there.
Yeah.
Just move and enjoy the one life you have,
Amen.
because that's it. I mean, you can't believe that God put us here just to
Worry about what everybody else is saying, or, you know, feeling.
Love your life. Life is lovable.
Love yourself. You are worthy.
Yeah.
You are so.
Absolutely. Oh, thank you, ladies. Oh, Rachel, thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes.
So much, Tessa. I'm so glad you're still a part of my group.
I am for life.
Yes.
For life. Like, I can't. I'm telling you, like,
Yeah.
if sometime tonight or even this week, just, you know, go download Zoom and like have a Zoom conference with all the ladies. I'm there.
Yes, that would be awesome. Actually, I'll tell you that I'm actually talking to a couple people, because there's so much I want to do in that group. And I want to like guest speakers, like live speakers, talk to the girls, talk to them about, you know, I kind of watch what the main topic is that week. It's kind of hard to stay on a topic. There's ladies that come in and out all day. So I just kind of see what's being talked about, and I'll start looking for people that talk about those things, or that advocates. And I'm actually in the midst of talking to a few people, trying to get them to come in live, people that you will know very well, or anybody will, to come in and talk to my girls and just kind of give them a boost of life and love and
motivation.
I'm not going to be your typical Facebook group. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Well, I love it. I love everybody that's tuned in right now. My Kind of Beautiful. BEYOUTIFUL. Beautiful. I love it. I'm going to put it up on spotlightradioshow.com tonight.
Okay.
So people can go and click on it, answer a few questions, and join the group.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much.
God bless you, ladies. I am here for life. If you ever want to come back, just hit me up.
I sure will.
I'll be advocating and spreading the word and telling your story. Thank you, Alexis. Please tell your son hello for me.
Oh, thanks.
I know. I sent him for a couple videos tonight.
Please. Yes.
So excited.
Like I wish I was there, like on y'all's Thanksgiving or Christmas Day.
That was fun.
Yeah.
As soon as the pandemic hit, I'm coming down.
You live in Houston?
No, I'm right outside of Houston. I'm northwest of Houston. I'm in Montgomery.
Oh, Oh,
you,
well, we're here. Well, that's yeah.
yeah, we're right here in spring.
We're in the woodlands in spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we probably passed each other.
You need to come. You're gonna come over for lunch soon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna invite you.
Okay. Like, yeah, like you know what? I go down to, kind of like Rankin Road. Pretty much every week, like Rankin Road. My cousin has Legacy Barbers of the Woodlands right there at the Rankin Road exit.
Okay. Well, we're on the.
Yeah.
Rayford Sawdust exit.
I'm finna go.
You better come here. You better go
Like okay, like if I'm going to Houston, to the right or to the left?
to the right.
Right. Yeah.
To the right. Okay. See, I go to the Walmart down on the left.
Well, that's okay. I can go to the left too. We'll meet you out. Okay.
Like that's
Together.
okay. Yes, like that side is too fast for me. Like even though I call it the old side, but it's still a little too fast for me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I have like a little anxiety when I go that way, but I will go to that Whataburger. I do on the side.
That's funny. Well, Tessa, I'm gonna invite you over for dinner sometime. You'll have to come hang out
Girls'
with us.
night.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, ladies, for being a part of my show.
Love you.
God bless you.
Love you, girls.
Yes.
I love my
I love you back. I love you back. I will. God bless you, girls.
God bless you.
Thank you. Bye.
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 Oh, gotta let them go. Thanks, guys, for tuning in to Spotlight Radio Show live Facebook. This will be up on Spotlight Radio Show podcast, where you can listen on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all those places. Be sure to go find My Kind of Beautiful. I'm gonna copy that link and post it on this page like as soon as I get off. And shout out to Alexis and Rachel for joining us. And sharing their story with me. I really appreciate it, sharing the story with you all. Shout out to everybody that supports Spotlight Radio Show. I can't believe it's been 8 years. It really has. Thanks, guys. Bye.